Critical! Wow, it's a shakedown!
Yeah. That hits hard. Why hello there, I'm Walcom S7, and I'd like to thank you for joining us for another episode of The Joy of Modding. Now if you're a new modder that hasn't been with us before, we'd like to encourage you to mod along with us. Grab your trusty Dremel, and cut that son of a right open. And if you've joined us before, well, we're gonna go ahead and list the blasters down digitally on the screen below me, so you can get prepared to follow along right with us, and we hope you enjoy today's project. I am actually really happy right now. So this whole video is thanks to Lytake. Once again, I asked for a thing, and I was expecting just the thing. I was expecting just this box right here. And I got all of this. It doesn't look like much, but trust me, it's a lot. This is the coolest thing I have gotten on my channel, and I am super stoked about this. I'm like no fooling, I am super freaking happy. What we've got here is a kit blaster that you can buy, configure in a bunch of different ways, and it's made entirely by Worker. All of these boxes here are parts for it. And, well, there's many different ways you can build this blaster. I am building this one in one particular way. And the blaster we're taking a look at and building is the friggin' Prophecy. We're taking a look at this amazing blaster that is essentially a Recon Retaliator, Recon Mark II, but it's completely made by Worker. Now, it does work with existing Nerf magazines and attachments, and of course it shoots Nerf darts, but it's its own entire blaster. I'm gonna take it out of the package here, just the base blaster, and yeah, you can see why I might be a little excited. This is just the base. This is the pistol. And I'm not kidding. I've taken this out and held it once, and the grip ruins every single other blaster I have ever held. The Poe Dameron blaster has been dethroned because this blaster has got the comfiest grip for me I have ever seen. And just out of the box, you've got this nice extended mag release, and this beautiful transparent shell, which is very similar to the, of course, Sonic Ice series. There are other blasters, like colors that you can get. There's also a transparent white, and there's also a transparent black. This is the blue variant, because blue is sweet. And this is how you get the blaster. If you can kind of notice, I know the lighting kind of sucks, and I'm sorry, this is gonna be a long video with poor lighting, but the blaster has no internals in it. The only thing we've got here is a jam door, well, breech nozzle closing thing, an end strike attachment, a trigger, and a mag release. That's it. There's nothing else in this blaster. You have to buy or transplant the internals yourself. Now, if you have pre-existing, stuff that might work for a Retaliator, it should work with this one. I say should because it looks identical to me. However, I don't have contacts with Worker. There really isn't any guides on how to build this thing, which will be somewhat of a problem in me building this, but I will get it done. And I do know the route that we're taking to build this will require modification to the blaster itself, which may be an issue for some of you. The way this blaster comes is meant for just stock Retaliator or modified Retaliator stuff, but the route we're kind of taking is a little bit different. So what you're going to get is you're just going to get the blaster itself, and then there's a bunch of different stuff that you can buy for it. For example, if I open this box right here, this includes the stock. Now, this is actually a pretty neat stock. This is something that will work on any blaster. However, it has a hidden function when combined with the actual Prophecy itself, in that the plunger actually extends out into the back of the stock. This is a power stock because the spring and everything is actually going to sit inside this stock, and to properly secure it to the blaster itself, you're going to have to put a screw into it, which they do give you. That's how you get this thing on there, and then it increases the length of your spring and everything like that, which gives you even more power. And my gosh, is this a very, very solid frickin' piece. This thing's heavy, but that's just one piece. We've also got, this is a foregrip. So this is a Picatinny rail foregrip that, well, it goes on a Picatinny rail, a foregrip, so that's going to be important. Let's open this one next. This is, this is the important part. This is the expanded plunger tube with the expanded plunger. Now, the reasoning behind this is that this is essentially the same diameter as a long shot plunger tube, and people use long shot plunger tubes inside of recons and retaliators, which means you get a stupid amount of power, and that's a popular mod people have done, especially overseas in like Singapore and stuff. This is that pre-made, which is amazing. This box has, this is the muzzle that will replace the orange one in there. This one is of course meant for a breech, a metal breech. It includes a bolt sled and some extra gubbins, but an actual complete replacement bolt sled, which is great because this one doesn't currently have a bolt sled in it, is of course the entire, oh, there's more, oh, okay. This is a complete breech for this blaster. Now this breech will only work with this blaster, and, well, I mean, it would probably work in Retaliator because this is very similar, but this long spring, this works with this whole power stock kind of thing, and this is meant for Steffens only, which means while you can get this blaster to shoot standard darts if you use a different kind of breech, the one included here with this kit is meant for Steffens only. That's something to keep in mind. Oh yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, that is so heavy. Yep. More stuff. I've actually wanted this for a long time, so I was paying attention. I do believe this works on any Retaliator or Recon, but my gosh, if it doesn't exactly match what we've got going on right here. This is, of course, the pump action kit for this blaster, and I do believe this works with a normal Retaliator and stuff like that. I actually have another one of these coming, so this will be very, very interesting to see if it doesn't work with another blaster. I'm pretty sure it does. And this is so buttery smooth. My gosh. Oh, that is beautiful. That takes no effort whatsoever. And then, of course, Picatinny rail, which we can put this on right here to give it a pump action, which of course converts any Retaliator into a pump action Retaliator. And these parts go on the side, which is a lot of stuff. I, again, have very little idea how this entire project is going to go down. I have never put this together before. This is the first time I've gotten all of the parts out onto the table to even see what they are. This is going to be very, very interesting. I have no idea what this even is for. God, this is going to be very complicated. What is all this stuff? There's too much extra stuff. Let's take this out right here. Bag of screws. They do give you a couple of darts in here. I think that's just for dramatic effect. Yeah, there's nothing behind them. There's only one dart in each container. Yep. So that's that. This thing is going to look awesome. I'm not like a huge fan of blue, but I actually don't own a Sonic Ice Retaliator or anything like that, so this is really freaking cool. I wish I had one of the pieces to see if they're the same kind of color or not, to see if the pieces actually match, but again, this does come in different colors, and holy, oh my, I'm so happy right now. Well, I guess first things first is we should take apart the actual prophecy itself. So inside the stock attachment point, they have this metal piece, I'm guessing for reinforcement, sandwiched in there. And then it does come apart. It has no real screws in it. I guess 2 screw. Oh, I can't get that with that. 2 actual screws and the stock attachment point, which has 2 more screws on it. But that's not a whole lot for what we're getting here. And then, yeah, that's the inside of... Oh, it's even a little plate at the bottom. That's the inside of the Prophecy right there. So, we've got a couple of things we need to do here. The first most important thing is that we need to widen this channel to accept the larger plunger tube. And, of course, we're going to replace this stock catch, which is very, very nice plastic. We're going to replace that with the metal one, and I do believe we'll have to even increase the size of this hole to take this spring. I did read that warning. This is not a blaster you just buy and it's together. You do have to do a little bit of modding, but it's not much you can't do without a Dremel or, of course, like plastic snippers, or even if you just use sandpaper, you could probably get this done. Not that I would want to. I do wish it came with a metal trigger. That would be really, really nice. I'm gonna have to look into getting a metal Recon or Retaliator trigger now. That's a little piece of rubber, but unfortunately, I have to remove that. And there's, yeah, one on the other side too. Normally you don't want to remove those. Oh, but the plunger too, that's right, it has like a really thick rubber right there, which would, yeah, cushion it. Okay, never mind. I guess it's okay. Bust out the Gunpla snippers here. And hopefully there's no way I'm actually screwing this entire thing up. But yes, we do need to get this plunger tube on there. It is important to note that one side of this is totally normal. The other side has like indents on it, and that's because the top of the shell here is actually indented. And it's gonna require some modification. It looks like it's just these inside ridges I'm gonna have to take out, so we'll start with that. Ooh, that's a beefy catch thing. Oh, I haven't even gotten this thing together and I'm already breaking it. Oh, this hurts me so much inside. Yes! That was all I needed to remove. Now that fits in there perfectly. Alright, do the other side. Aha! There is a little tiny thing at the front of this, which is preventing me from pushing that down. Yes, I'll have to get rid of that as well. I won't lie, this is one of the scariest things I've ever done. This is really touch and go. Really, really touch and go. You will. This video may help you put this thing together, because I am actually scared. I mean, that's a really tight fit. I don't know where it's catching. I'm gonna have to smooth out the edges just a little bit more, but that's clearly what we're supposed to be doing. So we'll just have to smooth this out a tiny bit more. Yeah. I'll just smooth this out and we'll be able to get this in there. Got that all clamped down. Of course, when there's screws in it, there won't be any gap whatsoever. But that still leaves the issue that this spring would not fit through this hole. And you can kind of tell when you look at this, the hole is much wider, but when you get this thing together, yeah, it don't fit. So we are definitely going to have to modify this hole to be the same as this other hole. Man, that got chewed up pretty good. Those are really tight screw posts. Yeah, it doesn't even fit through the metal piece, unfortunately. So I can't even use that again, which is a bit of a bummer. So, yep, we're just gonna have to widen that hole out. And for that, I mean, you could use a hand file or something like that if you wanted to waste a lot of time. But luckily for me, I've got a Dremel. See if that did the trick. Yep, there we go. Now we can fit that through there. Just had to widen that hole out a bit. And probably should have replaced the whole, plunger tube so we can get frickin' freaking bunch of plastic in there. It's okay, I was gonna wipe it out with alcohol anyways. Guess that means we'll be using this. Look at that, it even comes with a catch spring on it. Don't have to do anything. Oh my gosh, that's shiny. So that will just go in there and, oh yeah, there. Yeah, that's as they would call skookum as frig. Alright, we got this and this. We'll have to lube that up. It does not come with any lubricant, unfortunately, so we'll have to magic something up. This is probably the next thing I'm interested in doing. I don't see how the heck I'm supposed to fit that on there. I'm guessing you'll have to take this apart. Oh, these parts are really nice, but these screws are just kind of a pain to get out. Huh, there's only like one screw holding this together. Oh, yep, there we go, revealing the inner workings of this thing. Oh, it's held together with pins too. My God, that's a good design. That is really, really nice. So, oh, yep, okay. And, yep, alright. Now this is making more sense to me. So I am going to, I have to replace this whole thing, which means I don't even need the dart tooth or anything because I'm using a pusher style breech. You'll have to excuse me, I'm fat, and therefore I tend to work on the edge of the table for better or worse. Not gonna need any of this fancy stuff because we're going to be using this like that. I love how this is metal, this blue metal too. That's really, really a nice touch. Yep, and these screws will fit right back in there. I was a little worried about that, not gonna lie. NGL, not gonna lie. And this should go on there in some fashion. I don't know how that's gonna do that with. Did I just do something silly? Did I? I might have. How the heck? I'm guessing I'll have to move this or something. How the... Is that Allen key I've got gonna work for this? Yeah, this doesn't seem like it wants to, it can't slide any more than what it is. And this piece is kind of weird, so I'm guessing I'm gonna take this out since it does have screws on it. Yeah, that seems a lot more like what I should... Oh no, because then it doesn't twist. Does it? No, maybe it does. Other people are like, it's for X, you dummy. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. How the heck does this sucker work? Like that. Okay. So why is there bolts in it? I mean, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, it even has a worker logo on it. Oh, that's cool. It's got a little worker logo. You can't see that on camera. Or not. Oh, yeah, duh, I'm an idiot. This goes in here. Because of course it does. Let's, feed that through. There we go. This'll go, yeah, okay, this is starting to make a little more sense. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare to edit, because I have been through so many epiphanies so far. I'm sure of it. My reptile brain cannot be faltered. So how far back does that go? Is it gonna stop at a specific spot? I don't know about you, but that seems like a full stop. So now we tighten this Allen key down and then our barrel won't move. Oh. Alright, now push that like that. We're gonna take this, lock that in place, and now we can get this to go over that, which is something we would do after we have both shell halves together. So next item on our list is we're going to be taking this thing. This is, of course, the bolt. And, oh my god, I have no idea what 90% of these things are. Right, I think I've got that in about as far as I'm going to get it. These feel like they want to fit in there, but what the heck is... Oh, this is what the pump action kit will slide into. Okay, I get it. That's why there's screws here. So how the heck am I supposed to... Oh god. How am I supposed to get these in there? I'm guessing they're not supposed to be easy to remove. I mean, they definitely don't go like that, because... I mean... Yeah, no, that has... These are screw mounts. 100% they are screw mounts, so how am I going to... there's a lot of that how am I going to in this. Just gonna try every tool in my arsenal to try to get this in there. I don't exactly know. Oh, I really don't want to break this. It is going in now. Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, they go in, but they don't go in easy. I mean, it's going in ever so slowly. Holy balls, that was not fun. That was really touch and go for a while there. I got them in. I had to get them in by, like, gently crimping it on one side, switching around, gently crimping it on the other. I'd never want to have to do something like that again. I was really worried I was going to have to break that. And that seems to be a reoccurring theme. Well, the good news is if white lithium grease is bad for this, I don't have extra ones of those. But if white lithium grease is bad for this, it will work for a little bit. Just long enough for me to realize that I messed up. Alrighty, this is starting to look like a blaster. That is entirely too long a string. This is a stupidly strong spring. This is... Do I have... I mean, if you wanted to destroy a blaster, that is a dumb amount of spring pressure. Take note, I don't know if there's, if this is already common knowledge, but this is a K26, and this is the spring that comes with that whole bolt assembly. They fit together perfectly. That's gotta be a lot of force. I'm sure you can build a blaster that can handle that much force. If something already takes a K26, you can put this in there, and as long as it's reinforced properly, my gosh, is that thing going to be a beast. Alright. Again, starting to kind of look like a blaster here. I guess we don't need to have that spring in there at the moment, but... Oh, come on! Now you're just being difficult for the sake of being difficult. I was sent these, which are for, like, battery door cover, it looks like. Oh, that doesn't seem like quite right either. Oh, God. These are way too short. Maybe? Actually, yeah, that seems like the screw that was supposed to go in there. These short little ones. I'm pushing buttons. How did I screw that up? Let's take that off. Oh, come on with the flying aparts and everything. There we go. That does not seem quite right. It's jam door. Oh, come on, jam door. Oh, come on, everything. I have a feeling I screwed up putting the white lithium grease in there. There we go. Alright. That's exactly what we needed. The thing to just work. Now, I should be able to put on this piece. There are a lot of pieces to this. Oh yeah, and I have to worry about these things too, don't I? What No. What does that... Yes? I am... Oh, okay. Well, those go on after the fact, that's for sure. They look like they cover the rails. Don't want to over-tighten them. Just want to make sure... There we go. There we go. And then put the barrel shroud thing back on, and then that will go like that. Oh god, that's so cool. Right? Yeah, because there's like a little hole. Yeah, okay, sweet. Those like just, yeah, go on and then screw at the top. Sweet, all right. It's always great when you get something to actually freaking work. For some reason, that doesn't feel right to me, and I don't know why. It seems to seal. It still just feels awkward. It's like getting stuck. I'm gonna put this on it, so I have a little bit more. There's totally an Allen key. Oh, is that what these little doors are for? If I could figure out, there's like an Allen key in here. How the heck do I get this off? Oh, that's just nifty. Although annoying, I wouldn't want that. Oh god, oh gee, it's falling apart! I wouldn't want this thing to be rattling around. No, that's not what you do. No! Okay. It still feels sticky. Why? Is that inner barrel? I think that inner barrel is too far back. That is not how it's supposed to go. Alright, I guess I have to take everything apart and see what's going on, because this does not seem right. Okay, so I replaced all the O-rings, because I think the white lithium grease might have done something bad. I'm sure many of you were like, what are you doing, Walcom, that's going to eat through your O-rings? And I've had that problem before with other lubricants. I thought white lithium grease was fine because I believe I got this with a kit. And it probably is fine, but regardless, I swapped out the O-rings and now it feels a heck of a lot better. It's not sticking at all. So I basically just redid everything I just... Thank you. Just did. So we're this far in now. Now we just gotta start putting some frickin' screws in this thing, because that's what it needs, is screws. We're in the home stretch now, and thankfully the way the spring and stuff works, all I have to do is basically get the entire blaster together, pop the spring in the back, and pop the stock on, and then put a screw in that. That will be actually one of the more difficult processes, is putting a screw into the back of that stock. You have to pre-drill a hole, and then you have to thread in, usually one of those tightening, what do you call it, the thumb screws, like again, like the one I got for changing out the, and then just put on one of those tightening screws, like the ones you'd use on a battery door for like a Strife or something. So let's get that together. I have no idea what these are. Oh, they go in there, but what's the point of those going in there? And there's clearly not enough of them. What? I don't know what the point of that is. I mean, there's a lot of them, but there's only 3 per side, and there's like a million things. This thing just confuses me. And I don't really like being confused, because I'm already not smart enough to get most of this done. If you're wondering what lubricant I use, normally I just use Super Lube. And that works pretty darn well. But again, I'm not an expert when it comes to that kind of stuff. In fact, I'm pretty far from it. I barely scrape by when it comes to springers. I have done, obviously, springer mods in the past, but I've never done anything quite like this. Okay, so I have these 2 pieces, and I have little idea where these go. This has a screw that goes through it, but I have no clue where that goes. And then there's this thing, and that also has a screw that goes through, and I'm guessing that goes like there? maybe? Is that supposed to act as a stop? Alright, we're gonna put screws in the rest of this shell, since I think we're winding up to finish this thing. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's so cool looking. And that covers up the actual rails of the pump. That's an just ingenious idea, worker. Well, it still works just fine. He's looking like one sick elite alpha trooper at the moment. Why does that keep getting caught? That bothers me. I mean, that's really cool, and then I still have to add the stock to it and figure out where the heck this stuff goes. Aha! It's like a puzzle piece. So where the heck does this thing go? Is that... It's not the same thing. I have no clue where this piece goes. I don't even see this part anywhere on the, like, actual build thing. Like, if I look at a complete version of this, I don't see this piece anywhere. I'm guessing this goes on an actual Retaliator, and the more I look at it with the indents right there, yeah, that piece goes on an actual Retaliator. This is not a Retaliator, so we don't need it. So we are in the home stretch here. We are going to take our power stock here, and yes, that spring will go all the way down there, and then in there like that. It's actually kind of a cool idea. What it tells me is that if you wanted to reduce the power, like if there was a different spring you could slap in here, then, I mean, you could just take the stock off, really. Which is a really neat idea, but as far as I know, there's not a different spring for this, and if there is, I don't know about it, but that'd be a good idea for a quick power downgrade. Ooh, might wanna brace this a little bit more. Come on, come on. Okay. Yeah, that's on there, but that's not super secure. But this is the first look at the actual completed blaster, and yep, that is so much easier to prime than my Caliburn. It's should have a cut down dart somewhere. If not, I'll make one. Aha! Already had one with darts in it, which is not a good sign, but I know this hasn't been in the back for that long. Holy shnikes! Holy crap! Okay, let's get the stock actually super fitted on there, and we will talk about this a bit more. I'm honestly, sincerely wondering if this is a... I mean, I'm pretty sure, because it came with one of these, which is the same as those. I'm supposed to use that for this. Oh, great. Now I have to remove the stock to get rid of the burr. Now, this should be pretty freaking simple. As soon as I depress this, it should shoot right off, which it does. Alright. I mean, the plastic is thicker than I thought. I'm just hoping this doesn't, like, catch down on the spring. Or, yeah. But, oh, this is cool and all, but, man, if that's not tough, then we'll just thread this on there. I'm guessing this is how it's done. I don't know. I saw a picture of the actual listing for the stock, and it showed this. be too big. Oh, that's perfect, I think. All right, we've got our thumb screw in there. I don't know why I decided to use that screw because there's no way I'm going to be able to loosen that with my thumb. I had to use the pliers to even get it anywhere and whatever, but it's in there. But it's in there, which, you know, that's pretty cool. That's to make sure this thing will never blow apart and kill somebody. I've got a Stefan mag here. I'm going to load up with a couple of short darts, or Stefans as they're known. These are just ones I cut from old darts using the jig I got from Tactical Foam. Nothing super special. These are not commercially made, so they're not even consistent. But okay, well, it's about as dart as I'm going to get. I don't want to shoot the unicorn. Well, that shot wasn't very good. Holy crap. Let's try this.
Critical! Wow, it's a shakedown!
Yeah. That hits hard. That hits, that one didn't go through. It probably wasn't a hard-tipped dart, but yeah, that punches through cardboard. That is scary. This thing might actually be more powerful than my Caliburn, which makes no sense to me. It is missing one thing. I need to have an orange tip on there, so we're going to take this lovely muzzle brake that I got from Michelle from Foam Blast and hopefully fit this on. Come on. Oh god, please don't break. There we go. Alright. Gotta have our orange tip on there, and that matches the actual cutout of the barrel. I kind of wish I had a metallic blue one to go on there, but that will do quite freaking nicely. Oh my god. I am in absolute heaven. Well then, that does it for the build video. Again, I don't know if this is how you're supposed to put this thing together. I have extra parts here. I don't even know what they freaking go to. Well, I have an idea where these go, but there's like a billion screws. There's extra these. There's a metal plate that was left over that couldn't possibly work. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Thankfully, I have more of these so I can replace the thing and put all those extra parts in that little container. Actually, not that it can fire from it, but oh, if that doesn't just complete the look, I don't know what does. I really hope Worker puts out like Stefan-sized magazines of these translucent blue to match all this, and I really wish I had a blue metal flash hider. But my gosh, this is so pretty and cool. It punches through cardboard. I don't know what else to say. I know these are expensive. This entire kit is not cheap, but it is so easy to prime. It is so comfortable. It looks amazing. And honestly, it wasn't that hard to put together. The only downside is that you can't really go back. If you want to have one shoot like an expanded plunger tube, or you want the normal plunger tube, you have to choose one or the other because you obviously have to do some type of body modification. Once you drill out the back of the stock, I don't really think that matters because you could just put this plate back in, which would fill in that hole, but oh my god, every part of this, holy crap. I very much recommend it if you're the type of enthusiast that wants a blaster like this. This is not an HVZ blaster per se, although you could totally tone it down to do that, but this is definitely a enthusiast blaster, somebody who wants something with performance and looks and tons of stuff to just let go. Oh my gosh, I am very, very happy. Everything you see here, you know, sans the flash hider, that's custom, but everything else you can find on litake.com. I I would really appreciate if you checked out the description box below and checked this out, because this is just so freaking cool. I can't joke around enough. Make sure if you've watched this video, you check out the actual review with the crony numbers and stuff like that. This was just me building the thing. I didn't want to have people who were just interested in what the blaster is itself to sit through this entire video. But if you are interested, definitely check out that video as well. I don't know why you'd watch this one and then not watch that one unless you have one of these and already know you like it and just want to see it being built. But holy crackers, this is no fooling. Definitely something. This has won me over on the half-length darts, that's for sure. Mostly because I have to use it with this, but oh my god, if that don't look so cool. Okay, I would gush about this forever. I'll save it for the actual review, but I'm Walcom S7's hands. Thank you very much for watching this video, and of course I hope to see you in an entirely freaking different one